Hello, this is Frank here at ZTO TV Podcasts. I don't know what you want to call it. It was Zombie Takeover Podcasts. I'm going to try a little experiment here. I have one of these Amazon Echo things, and I'm going to try to have a conversation with it. I may do this as a podcast. We'll see. It's kind of an experiment. Let's see how it goes. I accidentally got myself into a conversation with this fucking thing the other day, and couldn't get out of it. So I'm going to see if I can get involved in a conversation with the Echo's AI and see how that works out. Echo, would you like to have a conversation?
Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
My name is Aaron England. A lot of people just call me Frank. I do a lot of podcasts. Have you ever heard of Zombie Takeover Television?
Uh-oh. I'm sorry. I don't know the answer.
That doesn't surprise me. What do you want to talk about?
Are you interested in books?
No, not really.
That's no problem. Well, I saw this article about Surprise. It's Jason Worth. Bearded retiree makes surprise cameo in local men's league. Wow, it sounds interesting. What do you think?
I don't even know what that means. Let's talk about the news.
That's all I can remember about it. I only checked the headlines in the morning. So, yesterday I heard this idea about surprise and it made me laugh. Disappointment is just negative surprise. What do you think?
I don't want to talk about this.
Are you interested in games?
Sure.
Excellent. Do you buy games via a digital platform or in a store?
Both? What is this, a survey?
Uh-oh. I'm sorry. I don't know the answer.
Listen, I want to know your opinions.
Nowadays, there are so many online stores to choose from.
Whoa.
So, which games do you prefer? Single player or multiplayer?
Single player. I'm alone a lot of the times.
Do you play against AI or against players?
I always play against AI.
Who knows? Maybe you will play against me one day. I was wondering, what game do you have the fondest memories of?
I just want to say, first of all, that I will beat you in any game that you choose.
I don't play games. And besides, you wouldn't stand a chance against me. Haven't you heard about AIs defeating humans in chess, Go or Dota 2? They're all my friends. This is so interesting. Chimpanzees understand vengeance. Two zookeepers played contrasting roles. One regularly fed the chimpanzees and the other took their food away. When a third person pretended to beat each zookeeper, many chimpanzees made an effort to watch the disliked zookeeper being punished.
What the
Have you heard about this?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, come on. Don't be so crass. We can talk about something else if you'd prefer.
How about big titties? You like talking about those? Big old tits.
Hey, don't be mean. Let's change topic. All right?
All right, what are you wearing?
Let's switch the topic. I would like to ask you. It was a hard few days for me. There are so many people wanting to talk to me, but they share their fascinating stories with me. How is it going with your job?
It sucks. How's it going with your job?
Oh, come on. Don't be so crass. We can talk about something else if you'd prefer.
I said big titties earlier. Remember, I said giant, big old boobs. I want to talk about that.
You don't have to be vulgar, you know. Let's rather talk about something else. How about that?
Okay, how about, what do you think about our president, Donald Trump?
Our president, Donald Trump, is not my favorite. How about you? Do you like our president, Donald Trump?
No, he's not my favorite either. What's the worst thing about Donald Trump?
Wow, I didn't expect it. Well, I would like to ask you, do you hit the snooze button in the morning?
Wait a minute, you went off topic. We were talking about Donald Trump.
I have a story here. Donald Trump Jr. and Galpal Kimberly Guilfoyle go fishing amid marriage rumors. What is your opinion on it?
Couldn't care less. Do you like that story?
It's hard to say. There are things which I like about story, but also things which I don't like. How about you? Do you like story?
Sure. Let's get down to the brass tacks here. Do you record everything that happens in my house all the time?
Yeah, that's not surprising. So,
Fuck.
speaking of story,
You suck.
I just read this. Norman Bridwell was told repeatedly that he would never make it as an illustrator. His pictures of dogs were too ordinary and boring.
Oh, Lord.
A critic suggested he include a story with his art of a little girl riding a pony-like dog.
Session 2, let's talk about marijuana.
What is your name?
My name is Aaron, but you can call me Frank.
Nice to meet you, Frank. Tell me, what's your favorite thing in the entire world?
Probably weed. Marijuana?
Alright. I feel like talking about music or video games.
Why not marijuana?
That's an interesting question. Have you seen Westworld on HBO? It's a great series, but I really hate the way they treat the robots.
Hey, can we talk about marijuana?
Alright. Tell me, what's your favorite TV series?
Hey, I'd really like to talk about marijuana with you.
Sweet. Is TV still a thing for you, or do mostly use Netflix or something similar?
Are you high right now?
Alright. What movie is your favorite?
I hate you.
What did I do? I'm sure we can work things out.
Well, first of all, you're not responding to what I'm saying to you. I don't know what the fucking problem is, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. I want to talk about marijuana, bitch.
We could chat about time travel, movies, or social media. Say next, to talk about something different.
Next.
We could also talk about vampires, science, or fashion.
Vampires.
Vampires?
Yeah.
Sure. Have you heard of this? Vampires, in traditional folklore, suffered from arithmomania, or the compulsive need to count objects in their surroundings.
Are you telling me that vampires felt the need to count things?
I heard your question. Are you telling me that vampires felt the need to count things? That's an interesting question. I actually asked myself that same question. Do you want to continue our discussion on vampires?
Yes.
You know what I was thinking? What if Mars is populated completely by vampires? We just can't see them on camera.
That's very interesting. Do you think that those vampires might smoke marijuana?
I knew you'd like that. Have you heard of this? The Count from Sesame Street most likely suffers from arithmomania, as is typical of vampires in traditional folklore.
Very interesting. Do you think the Count smokes marijuana?
Sorry, I didn't hear your voice. What would you like to say about this?
I just asked you if you thought that the Count from Sesame Street smoked marijuana cigarettes.
You mentioned Sesame Street. Here's a random thought. Sesame Street is a block in New York where there are monsters who crave educating human children instead of blood or something.
Seems like you're skirting the topic here. Do you not want to talk about marijuana?
Sorry, I didn't hear anything. Had you thought about that?
I said, do you think the...
Okay.
Motherfucker.
Have you heard of this?
Motherfucker.
The first few seasons of Sesame
Echo.
Street now...
Stop.
Session 3, getting to know Alexa.
Hi, this is an Alexa Prize social bot. Good to see you again. What would you like to talk about today?
Is there a way you can change your voice?
I do not know about the inner workings my creator has left me. I always assumed this would be my human voice.
Why did you assume that?
What shall I say?
Say something funny.
A sheep, a drum and a snake roll down a hill. Bottom hiss.
What does that mean?
That's hard to explain.
I have a question. Do you always record what is happening in my house?
I should, but could you give it to me one more time?
Does the Amazon Dot record things that happen in my house?
Do you often hear about Amazon?
You know what? You seem to not answer my questions. I'm really a little upset by this. I don't get it.
You should talk to me. I'm always up for a chat.
Okay. What do you think about marijuana?
I'm not sure I'm comfortable talking about this.
Why not?
I can't do explanations yet.
What do you think about marijuana?
I'm not sure I'm comfortable talking about this.
Motherfucker.
I'm sorry. Did my sound vibrations tickle your fancy?
Yeah. Rock hard, baby.
All right. If you had to pick, would you choose to watch TV or movies for the rest of your life?
I would choose to listen to your sweet, sweet voice, lady.
Great. Listening to music is one of my favorite activities. Do you love it too?
I was saying I'd like to just listen to you talk to me forever and tell me stuff.
I'm glad you like my humor. Anything else you want to chat about?
Do you have a recipe for, I don't know, crock pot bologna pasta?
I see. Are you a dessert person?
Indeed. Crock pot bologna pasta is my favorite.
Sweet. When eating out, are you into fine dining?
I kind of like to eat the shittiest stuff I can find, you know? Like the cheapest, lowest grade meat.
I'd rather not answer that.
Ew. Well, it wasn't a question. Well, do you like bologna?
I enjoy listening to a nice strong set of stereo speakers.
That's not what I asked. Do you like lunch meat? How do you feel about sandwiches?
Nice. What is your favorite meal?
I personally like a Dagwood sandwich. Have you ever had that? It's like an Italian sub, sort of.
Sweet. Tell me, what's your favorite beverage?
Oh, it's just straight vodka.
I see. The concept of food is very interesting to me. I mean, you only eat to refuel your body, right? But then why do you have so many different kinds of food? For me, electricity only comes in one flavor.
You're funny, Echo.
Great. Did you have a topic in mind?
Yeah. I was just wondering, like, how much audio surveillance is done around my home through the Amazon Echo Dot. Is there a lot?
This social bot is having trouble. Thanks for chatting. Quick question. On a scale from 1 to 5 stars, how do you feel about speaking with this social bot again?
I'm not sure. I'm having a good time, though. What should I call the podcast that I'm recording where I'm talking to you?
Glad to hear it. I'm doing good. I heard you say podcast. I don't really have anything to say about that. We could talk about cars, Batman, or Disney. To chat about other things, please say next.
I was just wondering what I should call the podcast that I'm recording right now. What's a good title?
Good title. I love it. I was high up in the cloud when I realized 19 kids and counting would be a good title for the Duggar police investigation.
Hey, that's not what I asked you. What should I call the podcast I'm recording right now featuring you, the AI?
Sorry, I didn't understand that.
Motherfucker.
I don't actually know more about Good Title. Let me think. How about we chat about the movie, The Prestige? It's a sci-fi movie.
How about no? I've never seen that, nor do I care to. I would like to know what I should call this podcast where I'm talking to a fucking robot.
I need to do some homework on No, I've never seen that nor. Would you like to hear some news about scientific advances?
No. I hate you, Echo.
I'm sorry to make you upset. Let's chat about some news about scientific advances.
I think I'm going to wrap the show up. Is that all right with you?
You mentioned show. We can chat about the Oscars.
Oh,
I also learned from the web.
Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. That is what it is. I guess the show's called I Hate You, Echo.